I hope you'll join us in welcoming our very special guest to the broadcast tonight. The terrific, the legendary Kobe Bryant has put on a headset and placed himself in our broadcast position. Kobe, this is really terrific. Thank you for coming by.
No, I'm always happy to stop by.
We'll see the Dallas Mavericks taking on the Los Angeles Lakers. And before we get going, let's hear from David Aldridge down on the sideline. David?
Hey, Kev. Well, Rick Carlisle is a coaching graybeard. He's entering his second decade as coach of the Mavericks. He led them to the franchise's first and only title in 2011. Now, Eric Spoelstra lost that series to Carlisle, and he says of him, he's a Hall of Famer, a trailblazer as president of the Coaches Association. We all owe him a great deal. Kevin?
He is a legend. Thank you, D.A. Kobe, I can only imagine the hours you spent studying the legends who came before you, Michael Jordan, and probably other players as well.
Well, yeah, because you have to ask yourself the question is, why are these moves that are being executed working?
Right.
It's not good enough just to look at them and say, okay, they work. I'm going to go out and try to do the same thing. That's not good enough. You have to try to understand why they work. And in other situations, why didn't they work?
But I always thought, too, you put your special spin on. You followed this roadmap, but then you took the exit ramp and then put your own spin, own feel on the move or play.
Well, yeah, because we both had different teams, right? He had a different cast of characters that he played with. He had a different role and different responsibility than I had on my team. So I've had to kind of adjust those things in the timing of our games and when we attack and when we facilitate and all those different things. But the basics of the game remain the same, whether it's myself, whether it's Michael, whether it's Jerry West, those things are all consistent.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's check out who's on the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. On the court for the Mavericks, Doncic and Matthews, the 2 and the 3. The 4 is Barnes with Jordan as the 5. And it's Smith in at the 1 spot. And slam dunk by Ingram.
Ingram's demonstrative with the jam.
And so it's Smith with it. He'll bring it up for the Mavericks. 4-point game. And Kobe, you look at the different styles and different approaches the teams employ. How much input did you have to say, hey, this is what I'm seeing. This is how I think we should play?
Yeah, well, that was the beauty about Phil's system, the triangle, was that the players had to take the responsibility of making it what it was. He gave us a format to play out of, and he gave us the structure. But within that structure, you have a myriad of options.
Right.
And it's our responsibility, it was Michael's and Scotty's responsibility, to figure out how to put Luke Longley, how to put Derek Fisher in the right spot on the floor to take advantage of the defense that you're facing.
Sounds complicated.
No, but when you look at it, like the triangle, it spells things out very simplistically because you have rules. Right. When you have rules, then it's very easy to say, okay, when this happens, this happens. Mm-hmm. When that happens, this happens. Right? So it makes the game very, very easy to measure. And so things don't happen on accident. Right? They happen with intent.
Now, here is Smith. He's coming off a 22-point game against the Spurs in San Antonio. Clock at 6. And it's out of bounds. The Mavericks able to retain possession here. And now, here's the 2K leaderboard with the teams that last season scored the most second-chance points in the NBA. The Lakers second.
That's an effort stat for me. I mean, it shows you how hard this team works in the paint. They continue to pound the backboard.
4 on the shot clock. And out of bounds as the Lakers gain possession. And as we have a moment now, let's take a look at the three-pointer to two-pointer shot ratio here in the postseason for the Mavericks. For Los Angeles, they've gotten their first 3 shots to go in for it to start off this game. Ingram against Barnes. To the inside, McGee, and the slam dunk by McGee.
We've seen those flashes of playmaking ability from Ingram. I mean, he's more than just a scorer.
Now Smith. Barnes outside. Another 3 for Dallas.
And, guys, this is what you like to see early on, gaining a little confidence from range.
Well, I wouldn't say that's his shot, but it's a shot he can make, and that really opens things up for the offense.
Now here's Rondo, who's coming off a 13-point game against Minnesota.
While he was doing that, I mean, dropping buckets. He was keeping everybody else involved, too. I mean, he had a tremendous night facilitating.
A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. Lakers ahead, up by 2. And the second quarter about to get started. We'll be back in just a moment. Wesley Matthews in his 4th season with the Mavericks, talking about what attracted him to Dallas in the first place.
They showed the most faith in me. You know, they weren't scared off by the injury. They showed faith in the person that I was, the player who I was, and, you know, they saw a need for me, a championship franchise and, you know, a great city, so it was just a match.
Coming off that Achilles injury in Portland, Dallas wasn't shy offering him, Greg, that big contract.
And he's now in a contract year. We'll see if he continues to be a part of their long-term plans.
And it's been a pretty even game here after 1 quarter of play. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing?
Getting high percentage looks, wearing down that defense on the inside.
Right, and as the defense collapses, that opens up inside-out opportunities. Productive first quarter.
On the court for the Mavericks. On the wings, it's Doncic and Barnes. Nowitzki is out there with Dwight Powell, and it's Barea in at point guard. Now here's Powell. Pass to Barnes. Shoots over ball. Barnes can't get it to go. So for Dallas, their last game, a loss to the Spurs. And
James simply one of the best dunkers in NBA history, I have to say. Highly creative in how he throws it down.
The 3 from Barnes. Dallas again missing.
No three-pointers for him in the second quarter yet, but he did have one in the first.
Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines.
Well, the Mavericks were ecstatic when Dennis Smith Jr. fell to them with the 9th pick of the 2017 draft. For a team in need of athleticism and size at the point guard, it's been a hand-in-glove fit. The 6'3" Smith has a 48-inch vertical, one of the highest ever measured.
A terrific young player, an elite NBA athlete. David, that's for sure. Good stuff. Thanks. Well, Kobe, I have to say it's been a real pleasure having you stop by our booth and spending some time with us for this game. Thanks again for coming by. I hope we can do it again.
We will, man. It's been a blast.
There he is, folks, the great Kobe Bryant. And you know, Chris, you and Kobe both playing from the same era of the NBA. He was sharing his thoughts about current trends in the league. Do you feel it's different from when you and Kobe both played?
Oh, definitely. I mean, when you look now, I do think that the game has changed, but I just think that's great because the game has evolved. Great players have come before us. Great players come and try to get better after that. And I think right now what you see is the accumulation of some great players and then young players studying the game and taking it to a new level. So can't wait to see where the game goes. Luke Walton, he's definitely a coach players like to play for. I mean, it helps that he was a player not too long ago. Both stars and role players appreciate the candor and the opportunity he provides them.
Ingram, he's checked in for JaVale McGee. Dallas also making some changes. Jordan, he's checked in for Dwight Powell. Matthews comes in for Doncic. And it's Dennis Smith in for J.J. Barea. And with Walton, you hear players talk about the leeway that he allows them.
And that extra bit of trust Walton gives goes a long way. It's why so many rookies have been able to flourish under him. Young players develop. You let them learn on the fly, and Walton has done a good job of creating that environment. Nice understanding of where to go with the pass.
Lakers leading by 5. And here in the second quarter of action with a hair under 2.5 minutes played so far. Lobs it up there for Ingram.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Mavericks trail by 7. We've got 22 seconds left to play in the first half. Ball against Nowitzki. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a three-point play.
And look at how quick he was to bite on the pump fake. Left his feet way too soon.
And he's got his first chance at the line here. And that one falls for Nowitzki. 12 seconds left in the first half of the game. Ball kicks to Kuzma. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Love the fire Kuzma plays with, especially inside where he dares defenders to foul.
Lakers shooting their first shots from the free throw line tonight.
At the line for two.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one.
And for being the 27th pick in the 2017 draft, Kuzma has made his mark early, already surpassed expectations.
That one is no good. From deep three-point range, and the last second attempt does not go in for him. And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Lakers lead by 5. We'll see you after halftime for the beginning of the 3rd quarter.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here with Shaq and Kenny, and a favorite time of the year as we're halfway through one of the first games of this fresh NBA season. A competitive matchup for the Lakers in the first quarter. They saw their lead grow to a high water mark of 5 in the period. Taking a look at the Lakers, Kenny, some perspective, please.
I was super impressed with their shot selection. I think that was part of the strategy coming in. They wanted to be patient with the basketball, move it around, and get high percentage looks. Obviously, that's going to be big.
And Shaq, what did you see from Dallas?
Well, they spent a lot of time away from the basket offensively. They need to get in the paint, Ernie. Whether it's running the offense through the low post or on dribble drives, pick and rolls, get into the paint.
And it's just about time now for the 3rd quarter to get underway.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. Look at LeBron James. He's really been playing well.
His points production thus far off the charts. It's only been 2 quarters. Just a great effort for him for the entire half.
Yeah, right. I mean, the defense hasn't had an answer for this guy yet. Just too skilled, too driven thus far.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. Well, Greg, you knew that the Laker front office and Magic were going to do everything they could to bring in big-name free agents, and they succeeded. They got the biggest name of them all in LeBron.
LeBron coming to L.A. completely shifts the mindset of this organization. Team was very busy the rest of the free agent period as well. Still made very aggressive plays as this is a team that is looking to win now.
Caldwell Pope and LeBron fill out the wings. Ingram is out there with JaVale McGee. And it's Rondo in at the guard position. That's the Laker 5. Free throw good, LeBron. Every year there seem to be a few rookies, C-Web, who immediately show that they should have been drafted a lot higher. Why is there the difficulty in placing these guys where they should be drafted? Why are evaluations sometimes wrong?
Evaluations, they can be so iffy because of his team skill set. I tell a lot of players when they come into the NBA, don't be frustrated after your first year or second year if you haven't played the way that you want. In order to be a great basketball player, you have to have a great situation, a team that needs you to do certain things at certain times that you can do for them. And so I think why evaluating is so hard is because you're evaluating the player and then evaluating the unknown, how they fit in with these different pieces that have already been established on your team, and that's kind of the wild card. You can know if a guy can shoot, dribble, and pass, but how does it work with the other players on the team? And so there's some GMs that have missed out on a lot of great talent, but you can't beat them all up because there's so many moving parts into this evaluation that usually it's easier to get it wrong than wrong.
And when you're open, Rondo finds you, always has his head on a swivel.
Dallas calls timeout.
Yeah, the amount of points they've given up here in the paint, that's what they got to talk about.
Ooh, this is ugly. No question about it. And you wonder if these matchups aren't favoring them right now.
Dwight Powell's checked in for Harrison Barnes.
And taking a look now at stats for Dennis Smith, how he performed last season. Put up about 15 points per, 5 assists, and 3 rebounds. And he's been putting up points with regularity. I mean, that's what they depend on, his killer instinct on offense.
Yeah, anytime this club needs a basket, he's their go-to guy. Just an irrepressible, prolific scorer.
Now, here is Smith. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet.
2 shots, gentlemen.
And you know, Dennis Smith Jr. is a player who just is oozing with confidence when you see him play.
Yeah, I just love how Smith Jr. will attack every player he goes up against. Chris Paul, who Smith Jr. goes way back with, noticed how even as a rookie, he approaches every challenge head on. As a rookie, Smith Jr. was just jawing at the vets and dunking on everyone. He has the game to back up that personality.
The free throw drops for Smith.
And it's the combination of athleticism, speed, and intelligence Smith Jr. has that's so impressive. Just a dynamic point guard with loads of potential.
Catching up on the changes for Los Angeles. And Stevenson's checked in for Brandon Ingram. Josh Hart comes in for Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. And it's Lonzo Ball in for Rajon Rondo. Los Angeles leading by 9. Ball kicks to Hart. And now around 2 minutes gone by in this half. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. Correa, the pass to Smith. Chalk up 2 there.
Getting more comfortable shooting from inside. Even though Smith Jr. is smaller, he knows how to score in the paint.
Pass to Hart. Stevenson against Matthews. Can't hit that one. And it's Dallas the other way. He kicks it to Smith. That one's in there. The Lakers lead is cut down to 5 on the bucket from Barea.
Yeah, you got to appreciate the mindset of Smith. Solid at running the offense and finding his teammates who are open.
Now here's James. He's covered closely. Oh, and he just knocked down the buzzer beater.
Great awareness of the clock to end the quarter.
I like that. Even though he's in a hurry, he still remains under control.
And so it's LeBron James making things happen for the Los Angeles Lakers. He got into double digits for the quarter with 10 points total. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. And let's listen to head coach Rick Carlisle review the game plan with his guys.
Hey, it's all about who's more physical. And you got to meet them early in defensive possession. These guys are going to wear down, but we got to make them.
Allen pouring his guys to up the aggressiveness on the defensive side.
And Kevin, preaching physicality. When you play for Coach Carlisle, you gotta bring energy.
And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this 4th period holds in store for us. On the floor right now for the Mavericks, J.J. Barea is out there with Smith. Then it's Matthews. Then there's Nowitzki. And it's Kleba in at the 4 slot. And here is Nowitzki after LeBron James hitting the 3.
Oh, the feed was perfect. The timing, the placement, everything was right on the money.
Ball kicks to James. From 13. Not enough on that one as it misses.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there toward the D.
Barea. Yes, and it's Smith with the assist that time. Smith's got 5 assists tonight.
And when Smith Jr. is dishing the ball, it makes everything easier, making a stronger effort to find his guys.
LeBron drives in. It's good. That takes him to 77% shooting this game. 10 for 13. Dallas calls timeout. They're trailing by 8. We've got 1:55 left in the 4th quarter of this one. Some changes for the Lakers. Brandon Ingram, he's checked in for Lance Stevenson. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope comes in for Josh Hart. Rajon Rondo is subbed in for Ball. DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Dallas. Doncic comes in for J.J. Barea. And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Well, during the break, I listened in on Rick Carlisle's huddle. He told his guys they've got the green light to keep shooting from downtown. He told them, I like the way you guys are working out there. Keep finding the open spaces on the perimeter. They're giving us open shots. And we'll see if they step it up from here, guys.
And so it's Smith with it. He'll bring it up for the Mavericks. Trailing here by 8. Over in the corner, Matthews. 1:19 left to play in the final quarter. Shot clock at 5. Dallas needs to get off a shot. Smith for 3, and he's good on the 3 ball.
And I tell you what, Smith takes over on those important possessions, always calm and confident with the ball, and this guy embraces the big moments.
Now here's James. The pass to Rondo. Looking for Kuzma. He gets it there. LeBron is doubled. And Rajon Rondo, the basket on the assist by James.
Just terrific determination. First, compiling the lead, and now building on it.
Oh, man, and this is late in the game. It's tough for a team to come back. Everything has to fall into place.
Now, here's Doncic. Back to Smith. Fires the 3. And it's LeBron James with the rebound.
Oh, it's a confidence shaker when you can't hit a wide open 3 like that.
And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Oh, he's such an active guy, Kev. It's hard to guard Kuzma and not foul him sometimes.
For your Lakers, Kuzma. 2 shots.
Gets the first, and that stretches their lead to 8. And so he drops them both. It's a 9-point ball game.
That ought to do it. I think any chance for a miracle comeback just went out the window with those freebies.
And the Mavericks call time here. They're behind by 9. There's 18 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Present our Jordan Player of the Game, LeBron James.
And in terms of his shooting, this has been one of the more accurate performances you'll ever see. I mean, he's been in constant motion, creating a lot of good looks for himself. But still, even when you're wide open, you expect to miss some of the time. That has not been the case here tonight. This guy has made everything.
What a connection he has to these fans. They love him here. And the more he has games like this, the deeper that connection gets. There's 18 seconds left in the fourth. Harris passes to Kleba, and it's JaVale McGee with the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
That's his first personal foul.
We've got 13 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
And that's what you give up when you don't fight over the screen.
A lot of times your defense is your offense is your defense. This is poor decision-making right here. You can't let them have that shot. Also might have been a lack of effort.
Taking 2 shots.
Shooting 2, gentlemen.
Gets the first, and that makes it a 7-point lead.
And Caldwell Pope is a guy you cannot leave open at any time. He just a very good shooter from any spot on the floor.
Second one is good. Hitting both at the line, and it's an 8-point game. Here's Doncic. Trifecta.
Incredible. Doncic decides he wants to take over, and that's his personality. He comes up with the goods on that one.
And so the Lakers take the win. It was up for grabs right until the final seconds.
Yeah, and for me, Kevin, what stood out is just the overall trust this group has in one another when it matters most. Doing what had to be done and to send these fans home happy.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks, Kevin. Rajon, what decided this game?
Stops. I think we executed offensively, came up with some lucky plays, and we got stops at the end.
And you fed off of that and got the victory. Thanks again, Rajon. Back to you, Kevin.
David, thank you as always. And that'll do it for the first game of the NBA season. For Greg Anthony, Chris Webber, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. We'll see you next time.